Here we go. Yeah, man, they stopped him, man. They stopped him from saying, here we go now. Even Troy Aikman noticed it on Monday night. You seen that? They spent like 5 minutes talking about it.
I thought that's where you got it from, because when I was watching the game, Troy Aikman said it, and then you mentioned it in the Discord like a little bit after that.
Nah, because remember I had said it last week that he had stopped saying it, but I was still going to do it. And so he brought it up. I was like, oh, man, he said it after I said that. So I felt good that I noticed something for Troy Aikman. Greatest accomplishment of my life. Anyway, here we go, man. It's victory week. We riding high. I know people are going to say, oh, it's just the Raiders. Like, I had a lot of Eagles fans in my life say it's just the Raiders, but they lost to just the Giants. So I don't even want to hear that.
It's mind-boggling the excuses that people give, because they'll say, oh, well, you only beat this team. But then if we were to lose to that team, they'd be like, oh, typical Cowboys losing to the team. You know what I mean? Or if we do beat up on a good team, they'll be like, oh, you know, maybe that they never give props.
Well, you haven't made an NFC championship game yet. So they say the dumbest stuff.
You guys are the regular season champions. Congratulations. Well, fuck off.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm the same way. So me personally, I'm like the mental gymnastics they say to do the stuff today. I'm like, oh, whatever.
Well,
whatever you want to do, bro.
Welcome to the pod, ladies and gentlemen. This another week of Cowboy football. How awesome was that unveiling of our new defense? Like it was almost like opening up a new present, because that first drive, I mean the first offensive drive was a little bit we kind of looked at each other. Everybody was kind of quiet for a second, wait a minute, what just happened? Wait, why were our best players sitting on the bench? What just happened? We just went 3 and out. It wasn't supposed to happen, but then the defense got in there and everything started moving and grooving like we thought it was, man.
Like Dak decided to wake up. He's like, you know what?
Well, I mean, it's the Raiders. I think it was kind of nice to not know about something for a second. I mean, we're the Dallas Cowboys. We're fans of the team. We know everything about what's going on in the training room, or in the, you know, somebody slipped and hurt their little ankle on a step in the jacuzzi. Like everything, we know everything. So to see the two best players that we have on offense sitting on the bench, waiting their turn to come in, you know,
what the hell's going on? Like
we're doing something in house. Like maybe they were disciplined. You heard. I think we all heard little rumors here and there about, you know, there was a curfew, or maybe
there was CeeDee Lamb was throwing up in the casino. Yeah, he's throwing up in the casino at 7:00 in the morning.
Like, you got a game, but I get it. You're in Vegas. You guys are young and dumb, but you got to be smart. This is a job.
You do,
so
man.
They were held accountable, and it sounded to me, and it looked like if you saw it, you saw Shoddy come up.
But he hugged both of them.
That touchdown, and he hugged him. He's like, "Hey, you know, this shit's under the bridge. We get over it. Let's move forward, and not do that again." Right? You gotta learn.
One thing I hate is when they make stories out of stuff that happens all the time. Like, this happens on every single team. Someone gets punished. Someone's benched for a quarter, benched for a game, benched for a series. It happens on every team, everywhere. The stars everywhere. But of course, you know, once you say the Cowboys, it's like triple your views and your likes, and that's why it never ceases to amaze me when fans of another team will wake up, and if you look on their page, like their first 4 or 5 tweets will be about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm like, why don't you cover your own crappy team and leave us alone? Like,
you know, the way that I thought about it was, I was like, think about, like, if you and your buddies went to Vegas, right? It was a work trip or something, right? Your company took you to Vegas. Somebody's going to get in trouble.
Exactly.
Something's going to happen. And these guys are young, and they're full of you have all the money that you could ever think of right now.
They're rich. They're literally rich, can buy whatever they want.
Yeah,
they're famous.
Rich, they're beautiful. They're famous. Everybody wants a piece of everything that they have. I mean, it was a recipe for disaster.
That's why I hate when they judge,
we got
man.
Through it. Mm-hmm.
Chris Rock had the best comeback to that. Like when they were getting on Bill Clinton, and he was, you know, in the White House, and he was getting all serviced by women, and he was like, Cause no one wants to blow you, Orrin Hatch, like those old senators that are 72 years old. They're like, shame on you. It's like, if you were in his position, you probably would do the same thing. That's why it's like, stop judging people when you would probably do the same thing. But anyway, so what's going on in the NFL, man?
Let's get into some NFL news.
Get off my soapbox.
We all know. I mean, we kind of dance around those little subjects, but we all know what's going on. So, anyways, NFL news this week. It was an exciting week. There was some of the playoff seeds are kind of finalizing or forming, as you can see, right? They've been sending out, these 11 teams are still in the playoff run and blah blah blah. Yeah. And you can kind of see the pattern of who's going to have to get some help, like us, and who has all the power to drive their own playoff hopes. But injuries are piling up too again, and which is really going to affect the playoff seeds. Because think about, like, these are just some of the injuries from this last week that are affecting this next week's game. Michael Penix is out.
Penix is broken.
Penix is out, and Drake London is out. So I mean, who are they going to throw the ball to? Because who's their quarterback? What, the old guy?
Yeah, Captain Cole's Kirk. Yeah, Captain
Kirk
Cole's Cash.
I mean, he's not thrown to the tight end either. I mean, who else? Who are they going to throw to? I mean, they can hand the ball off, but Bijan, I mean, he's only like 180 pounds. So the Falcons are screwed. Ridley's out. Eagles are kind of screwed too. Lane Johnson is out. Jets, Garrett Wilson is out, maybe. Big Play Slay is out. The Pittsburgh running back Warren is questionable. He's probably not going to play. He's trending not playing. Green Bay has Jacobs is out. I mean, all of these guys that I just mentioned have a big role in their teams, and those teams are all like in the playoff hunt. So I mean,
his name is out too. It doesn't have to do with injury. Chase,
I got him next.
Suspended.
You got
that down?
I got it down right. Like, spitting has become a problem in the NFL, right?
They're Clark Campbell, man. Like, what's wrong with these people?
And it's hurting me even more because he's on my fantasy team. So check this out. My fantasy team has the Chargers have a bye and the Broncos have a bye, and my receiver to spit on somebody. So I had, not only did I just go through bye-mageddon like the last week, I have to go through all this too. I'm just trying to make the playoffs, ladies.
I told you, man. Y'all don't know, man. I'm tired of him winning our fantasy league. So before the season started, I went to my goat dealer, and I got a goat, and I sacrificed it. He's not even making the playoffs, let alone not winning the league.
They had to change the whole league up on us. We went to a dynasty league and everything. I don't know.
He's not getting there. You're not making the playoffs.
So spitting's become a problem because now Chase is suspended for a whole game. That's going to really hurt. Burrow was thinking about coming back and maybe even playing this week, but there's no way that they're going to try and squeeze him back in if Chase is
like playing. They're definitely not making the playoffs, so it's like there's no reason for him to come back.
Then we got a Colt showing. We got Shadur's going to get a start this week, so
oh my god,
so the Shadur Colt should be happy about that. The Discord knows how I feel about him. I probably am being too judgmental on him. I don't but this is what I think, though. Like, my feelings about that was him standing in front of the student body waving his watch. That's my feeling of who Shadur Sanders really is. And then now when he's in the pros, all this drama has been happening. He gets thrown out there. They're winning by 7, and they lose the lead. He goes 4 for 16, 47 yards. He's sacked twice. He has one good drive, but I mean, it's just. I know that a lot of people are saying that he didn't get any reps with the first team. Blah 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 blah. A lot of guys don't get first team reps.
He'll have a chance. We'll see.
We'll talk about this next week. We'll bring it back up next week. and then we'll go from there because it's not. And then we got what else do we got here? We talked a little bit about the division leaders and how the playoffs are kind of stacking up right now, and who's leading them.
Yeah, I think we're in
I know that you wrote them down. Who are the leaders right now?
We're like in 9th or 10th place, but the leaders for, let me see, the AFC is the surprising New England Patriots. They're 9-2. It's crazy.
It's a freaking tough team, man. I watched that
but you know
whole game.
So I've been paying attention to this. They have the easiest schedule that's been in the league in I don't know how long. Like it's insane how many bad teams they play. Out of the 17 teams, they probably playing like 15 teams. Like they're all terrible. Like very few of them. Like Buffalo might be the only one that's good. Everybody else is terrible. They have the easiest schedule, so that's kind of a. They started out 1-2, and now they're 9. I'm sorry. They started out I'm sorry 1-2, and they're 9-2 now. I mean, they're on an 8-game win streak. The Broncos are the only people that have won that long. They're on an 8-game win streak. But anyway, so New England leads that division.
The difference between those two, though, the Broncos and the Patriots, is the Broncos are winning by like 3 and 4 and like barely coming back.
And they're actually they're coming back on almost every game. Like he has like 5 come from behind victories. Bo Nix does. It's crazy. But Buffalo's right behind them with 7 wins. Anyways, Pittsburgh, they have the most losses of a division winner. They're 6-4. But Baltimore is right behind them now. They started off 1-5. Now they're 5-5. They've won 4 in a row. So they're 1 game behind.
Yeah, Lamar was out for
Pittsburgh.
like 3 or 4 games, right?
Yeah, he was.
It's tough to keep up with them when your best players not there.
Then we have the media darlings, Indianapolis Colts. They're 8-2. They're 6-0 at home. They have the highest point differential at 115. And then
they're unbeaten at home. That's crazy.
Yep, 6-0 at home. Yeah, and then New England's 5-0 on the road. Then we have the Denver Broncos, and they're 6-0 at home, and they're 9-2 as well. And they've won 8 in a row. So they've won 8 in a row. New England's won 8 in a row. So Broncos started off 1-2. New England started off 1-2, and then they won 8 in a row, both of them. So they're between them and the Colts just had a loss. So they barely lost. Well, they kind of lost that game, but those are 3 teams that are on fire right now: the Patriots, the Colts, and the Broncos. If I had to rank them as far as who I think is better, I would go Broncos, Colts, then Patriots. Patriots to me are a fluke because they're playing scrub teams every week.
You know, what's really good about that? My opinion on those teams, New England is really disciplined. I think they have the best coach out of all of those 4 teams.
They win games they're supposed to win. Yeah, they're not dropping any like games like they're supposed to win anyway.
Vrabel to me, Vrabel is shoddy, but played football. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's a monster shoddy. My Pittsburgh, I wouldn't want to face Pittsburgh because I think Pittsburgh's defense is the best in the league right now. Pittsburgh's defense does not play around, especially their defensive backs. Ramsey he's having like a second coming of this. You better watch out where I am on the field at all times. So I think my feeling on Indianapolis is they're going to go as far as Daniel Jones takes them. He could fall apart at any moment.
Yeah, if he falls apart, then that's it.
We've seen it, right? So
the only defense I think is better than Pittsburgh is Houston. Houston's defense
is really freaking good too.
Houston's
legit. Good.
Houston's defense is legit. They have the lowest points scored against in the league, and it's 163. And then after that, the next person is the Rams. It's 172.
The Rams. But anyway, you always have to look at like the situations of like how big of leads do teams have that the defense can play around with, right? Because our defense never has a lead. We're always playing from behind.
The last 2 games, like the Eagles their defense been winning games. They held Jordan Love to like 6 points, and then they held the Lions to like 10 points, and they winning by like 3 or 4 points.
We watched how the tush push got stopped. We watched them run 3 times in a row and got stuck.
Stop.
3 times in a
crazy.
row. Was nice.
Good thing we got some defensive tackles that we just added.
Hey, I was just telling somebody the other day, I was like, I think that we literally have personnel that can stop that.
Yeah.
I mean, you think Overshown's not going to do Overshown and Leah Fowler and
Palomalu, Palomalu,
and give him some sort of CT every single time he tries to go up there. They're going to hit him in the head every time. He's not going to want to do that 50 times in a row.
So looking at the NFC conference, these are the leaders. The Eagles, of course, we know that. The Bears, they're 7-3. The Bucks,
that is a surprise, huh?
Yeah, that's a surprise. The Bucks, they're 6-4. Then the Rams, they're 8-2. We're 10th right now. So of course, everybody knows the new playoff system is the top 7 teams. The number 1 gets a bye, and then it's the next 6 play in the first week. So it's 7 teams that make it. We're at number 10. There are, let me see, Eagles have 8, Bears have 7, Packers have 6, Lions have 6, Bucks have 6, Panthers have 6. That's kind of surprising. Rams have 8, Seattle has 7, San Francisco has 7. So those are the top 9 that are ahead of us. Right, and we're tied with the Minnesota Vikings. They're 4-6. And that's it. Those are only people who are ahead of us.
Green Bay has a little bit of a tiebreaker above us because of the tie.
Well, but they have 6 wins. I'm talking about somebody that has 4 wins like us. Minnesota's the only one that has 4 wins like us.
We're trying to catch those people because some of those other 4-win teams are behind us already.
That one doesn't count because I remember a few years ago, I thought about that, where we tied with somebody, but they were ahead of us because they don't, if you're not in the division, they don't go by, like the next step isn't head to head. It's weird. It's not head to head.
They're going to go off of, they're going to go off of the actual,
like how they play themselves against like opponents or whatever. That takes precedent over if Green Bay beat us head. Like if we tied, but we had a better winning percentage against like opponents, we would get in even though they beat us during the season. It's weird.
Well, let's get into some of these Cowboy news here. Because what people really want to see.
Now that we set the table, how are we looking? Let's start off. Give me your 1 to 10. 1 as, man, hell nah. And 10 is they're definitely going to make it to the playoffs.
I think at this point right now, I'm like a 7.5. Almost like an 8 right now because I'm very excited, but I'm also realistic in thinking that, I mean, we're not going to win out. If we did, that'd be amazing. It'd be awesome if we did. But we're not going to win out because this is the NFL. So it'd be realistic on that. And then, there's going to be, times where we're playing down to our opponent and we're playing up to our opponent. So I think a 7.5, 8-ish right now is, I don't think it's an unreasonable answer or a level of excitedness.
The only positive that gives me like, man, this could actually happen is this same thing happened when Amari Cooper was there. We started off 3-5, then we ended up going like 7-1 to finish the season, and we made the playoffs. We got 10-6. So, but the difference was we didn't have as hard a schedule back then as we do now, based off the opponents we have left. So we have a much tougher schedule than we did. But the good thing is we are getting players back at the right time. And we added players. So we got, of course, Overshown, Carson, Revel, Hooker's back. Then, of course, we added Quinnen Williams and Logan. And then we didn't really lose anybody on offense who needs to come back. Maybe Maffa will come back and give us a little kick. But our running game hadn't been, stagnant. But that's the only thing that's giving me hope. Like, I still think it's going to be tough. These next 3 games are going to be the most pivotal. If we can come out of these 3 games 2-1, then our chances of making the playoffs really skyrocket. Because I looked at these other divisions, like, for instance, the NFC West, they still have to play each other a lot between the Rams, Seahawks, and 49ers. So there are going to be some losses sprinkled in there. So we can come out losing one, like the most we can lose is probably 1. Like we either have to run the table or only lose 1 to give us a really good chance to make the playoffs. If we lose 2, then we have to have a lot of help. That was my synopsis from doing like a little research.
Makes sense. So So my observation from this last week, obviously it was a big win. We needed it. It was,
oh my gosh,
right. We waited. It was a long 2 weeks. It was a lot of things happened. We had a death in the family. We had a trade deadline. We had a lot of drama.
question marks.
We saw teams win on that week that we had to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, it was a good week for the Dallas Cowboys. We got a big win. We played complimentary football. Offense showed up. The defense showed up. They both came to play. Special teams came to play. Aubrey had a 50-yard field goal. Our returns were getting past 35. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of questions, and oh my goodness, we paid Turpin a lot of money. Where is he? What's going on with him? Where he's
Oh my gosh,
literally
Turpin.
disappeared this year.
Yeah,
but I mean, this last game, I think we need to get back to what Turpin is. Turpin is not a receiver. Turpin
he's
is
not. Don't have him do a run. Bubble screens.
Bubble screens,
square,
reverses,
like cross slants. Slants to where we especially if it's man to man. You know, it's man to man. Give him a slant and have him run away.
Well, I mean, not even that. I mean, you don't need to have him on the offense.
I don't
have a lot of.
I would rather have Flournoy in there than him.
Flournoy, yes, or even Tolbert. Tolbert can run routes. Tolbert can make catches. Flournoy, Turpin is speed. He just is not. We just need to figure it out, and I think just let him return would be a lot nicer. So I mean,
this is what I think. I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
No. Go ahead, because I didn't.
I was going to add on to what you were saying. So, like, what I think about is like, so I'll preface this by saying, you're right. The Raiders aren't a great team. They're 2-8, but they're still in the NFL. So we won, they won their first game against the Patriots. They beat the Patriots, and then they beat the Titans. Then they lost, they've barely lost a few games.
But they've been in there. They've been in some games, right?
They lost by 1 point to the Bears. They lost by 1 point to the Jaguars. They lost by 3 points to the Broncos. And then they won 2 games. So they've been in games. Not like they've been getting killed.
That Broncos game, they gave it away too.
Yeah,
that was tough.
It's not like they're the Jets that just lose every week and not even in the game. So that is what I would say. But they've been in games. But we needed a confidence booster. Like if we would have went in and barely won this game, that would have been like an arrow pointing down for us. But we went in and we dominated. Like they scored a late touchdown. It was 33 to 8 or 9 or whatever it was, and they scored a late touchdown. So we really dominated this game, and that gave me a lot of confidence.
You know what this kind of made me feel like? Maybe you'll understand. It's sophomore year. You're coming back from a freshman year that kind of sucked. But sophomore year, man, you got some fresh ass clothes before school, right? You're all dressed and ready to go, and you show up, and that day goes really good. Like girls are noticing you. You have the right classes. Your lunch came and it was awesome. People complimented you on your shoes. You scored a goal at lunch when you're playing whatever. Had a good day. That's what happened with us. We needed to reset, and it happened. We had the addition of these new players that came on. We had people that were injured that weren't contributing before that came on, which affected other people. Like what I was talking about earlier last week when we talked about, with these 2 guys up front on our defense, the tip of the spear is fucking already in there. So if our defensive tackles are penetrating, they're not allowing guards to peel back and help on the edges, or if our linebackers are blitzing, or it's a combination of everything. And we witnessed it on Sunday or Monday. We witnessed our defense coming together. It wasn't the Washington game where we're like, oh my goodness, look at us, we're playing way better than we normally play. That is that's a real life expectation of all pros on your defense. We haven't had defensive linemen get pressure like that. That was crazy.
And what I liked was the guys were the ones that stepped up. So the Quinnen Williams, that's James Houston.
Oh.
and My favorite was Bland. Like Bland had,
Bland had
the worst game I've ever seen him play against Marvin Harrison Jr. Like he just got like used and abused, and it's like for us Cowboys fan, we know that's not Bland. He just had a bad game. This game we saw, that's the Bland we know. He was all over the place. He was making plays. He was tackling with a vengeance. So it's like one of those where, okay, I had a bad game. Let me step it up. And he stepped up. And that's the type of stuff that you got to see as the progression of that gives me hope that they can win the next 2 out of 3 or 3 games straight.
Absolutely. And also I saw it in like the linebacker play, right? With Overshown and Logan Wilson, even Caelen, even Kenneth Murray Jr. he was in the right positions at the right times, and it allowed our safeties to make plays. Like Hooker was making plays all over the field.
Oh man,
I'm glad he was back. I didn't even expect Hooker to play, and then
I was thinking maybe he was hurt earlier in the season, and that's why. Like he was, you know how you can be hurt but not hurt where you can't play. I think he was hurt in the beginning of the season.
Are you hurt or you injured? That's what the coach is asking.
It limited him, and then when he finally got injured to where he couldn't play, that gave him a chance to rebound, his body healed, and that was the real Hooker that we saw that played last night. But the real star of the game that no one talks about, Caelen Carson. This is his second straight game where he completely balled out. Like he was there. He was doing great.
Even Rebel looked good. They weren't even throwing it. They weren't even like cornerbacks and offensive linemen. If you don't say their name, they have a good game.
Yeah, that's right. Unless they're doing something spectacular like interceptions.
Carson didn't have interceptions. He wasn't breaking plays up. He was just covering his guy.
They weren't throwing his way. Yeah.
Yeah. So although Bland got like the highlights because he was making plays, he was.
It's because they were targeting
almost
him.
Like think about it, but yeah, not only targeting, but if you show the quarterback that this guy's got a little window of open, then he's going to throw the ball. If Carson's on that guy on his heels, he's not going to look at him. So I mean, what I broke down was the new pieces shined. They just absolutely shined. There wasn't one that we said, "Oh, why did we make that move?"
All of them, yeah.
The pass rush was absolutely successful, whether it was coming from the outside or the inside. Everybody knows, and we've talked about it before. Quarterbacks they don't feel uncomfortable when the pass rush from the edge is coming because they've known that all their lives. When it comes up the middle is when they're very uncomfortable.
Romo says it all the time. He's like, if you let a guy go, let him come from the edge. Never let him come up the middle. Like, you get to choose. Like when blitzers come in, he's like, always let the guy on the edge. I can take care of that guy. Straight up the middle, that's going to kill the play. So always cover the guy in the middle. And our guys in the middle were just killing them. So it made it very good.
It was nice. It was, we weren't doing it with like stunts and things. I mean, a bunch of stunts
straight up.
We were having. They were just better.
Man, there was one play. Quinnen Williams, he was getting choked.
That dude,
and he just dragged the dude to the quarterback. I mean, he had a hand on his throat, and he still dragged the dude to the quarterback and made the sack. I'm like, that is what we've been missing. It's not fair. Yeah.
And then our run defense. I'm not saying that it was our defensive linemen. Our defensive linemen were taking on the double teams, but our linebackers and our safeties. Donovan Wilson was making play after play on the run.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he does. Okay, Raiders. The Raiders used their 7th round draft pick on the best running back in the game, right? In college.
First round draft pick.
Did I say 7th round? I mean number 7.
You said 7, yeah. Yeah, number 7. Yeah. But it was the first round, 7th overall, yeah.
He had 10 carries for 41 yards. They had 12 carries for 47 yards total rushing. This is the Dallas Cowboys defense. Right?
One of the worst rushing defenses in the league.
This is us giving up 300 yards rushing every single time we step on the field. But okay, moving on. Defensive linemen got to the quarterback, which was crazy. Linebackers were making plays. Defensive backs, Blandshine, Ravel got
he looked good.
Kind of shake the rust off.
He looked smooth to me.
He only had 15 snaps. The two balls that came to him, he was there.
He was ready. Yeah, he was there. If it was a bad pass, he would have picked off one for sure. He was standing right in front of him, but it was a high, like I guess the quarterback saw it. He threw it high to make sure it wasn't an interception, but he 100%. Was there.
And the last thing I want to say about him was, we did have a little bit of turnover this week. We did bring up Perrion Winfrey, and we released Clark, which is, Clark was having a good special teams year. He hasn't really played any snaps, but I was thinking we need to get Ravel out of that 34. Let's put him in 18.
Yeah, he needs a cornerback number. That's like a safety or a running back number to me.
Yeah, that 34. He looks like he's Ricky Williams out there trying to cover some receivers. I don't want to see Walter Payton out there. Let's get him 18. Come on, let's do it. Let's make an exception. Change the number in the middle of the season. But that's pretty much all I have to say about our big win and kind of what we saw.
We did make some moves. We did. Remember, we had that that offensive lineman we let go. Like we only had one on the practice squad, and we let him go. French.
Well, that was the center. We did sign that.
We did sign another offensive lineman. Yeah, we did sign another offensive lineman. From like French somebody else's practice squad or from somebody else's team. So we did have that. That's the moves that they made, and then they called up Perrion Winfrey, and like you said. Let me see what else. Anything else important? Dak showed up on the injury report.
Oh yeah,
he has a minor hip injury, and they said it's not important or any concern. They're just watching it due to the even though we played Monday, they consider it a short week. So they're saying we have this short week, and then next week we have another short week from Sunday to Thursday. And then we have that scheduling quirk I was talking to you about. So 5 weeks. So we went on a bye. So from the bye to 6 weeks later, we have one Sunday game. We had a Monday night game, the bye, then another Monday night game. Then, of course, this week we have the Sunday game, and then we have 2 straight Thursday games. So that's 5
because of Thanksgiving, right?
Yep, because and they don't give us the 10 days after Thanksgiving. We have a Thursday after that. Then we have the 10-day mini bye. So
and then we play on Christmas Eve too, right?
Yeah, we do. And we play on Christmas Eve. Yeah, I'm telling you,
crazy.
Man, the Cowboys create jobs. Like they keep networks
some money
in
off
business.
of us this year. Hell yeah.
So Christmas is on what is Christmas on? A Thursday. So we have another Thursday game. So we have a Thursday, and then we have 2 Sunday games. One is Sunday night, and then we have that Thursday Christmas, and then they don't say when the Week 18 games yet because they wait to see so they can make the games competitive and people not playing to try and rest people.
What's going to be crazy is in like 17, 18 years, there's going to be a big wave of Cowboy fans because all the primetime games are Cowboy games.
Yeah, man. And then when you win, you get all excited.
It's because when I was growing up, all I saw was the Cowboys on primetime.
So we like what we saw in the Raiders game. What can we expect to carry over to the Trash City game?
I think that the momentum of the defense gelling. I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed having a cut up on my team. In the locker room, when you have somebody that's really funny and really enjoyable to be around, I think Quinnen Williams is that guy in the locker room. I think he's Micah times 10, funny and personable. You know what I mean? So I think with the addition of these guys, it's made the locker room fun again. And I think that this week the pressure is off. I mean, I think the pressure's on because we have to win this game. It's the Eagles. Fuck the Eagles. But all the pressure is on the Eagles right now.
It is.
I feel because if they come into Dallas and they lose, they're screwed.
Man,
if they win, they're supposed to win.
I don't know if you've been following the Eagles, but they have this whole thing going on right now with all these reports saying that the team doesn't really believe in Jalen Hurts, and A.J. Brown has been vocal about it, and Devontae Smith hasn't said anything. But it's tough to get behind it, considering that they're winning a lot because they're 8-2. They won a Super Bowl last year. They're 8-2. They're almost a lock to make the playoffs again. Their defense is top notch, like top 3 defense. Their offense is it's not bad. It's just terrible. They don't considering the weapons they have. If they just had regular
it's not
players,
bad, it's terrible.
Considering the weapons, they have a 2,000-yard rusher. He's not hurt. They have 2 quote unquote number 1 wide receiver. I wouldn't call Devontae Smith the number 1 wide receiver, but I wouldn't be surprised if he went somewhere else and became one. They have a top-notch tight end. They had a great offensive line. It's not so great now. Lane Johnson is out. The Kelsey brother, he retired, so they're not as good as they were last year, but they're still formidable. But their offense is terrible, but their defense holds teams to under 14 points to where they don't have to score much to win. And it's a luxury, and they're taking and they're winning. I mean, I can't fault them for it. They're winning the games that they really should lose. But
bring it back to week 1, right? Because we didn't know what we had and what we didn't have in week 1. We just said, hey, fuck it.
We played them very good. We played them very well.
We played them really good. And what beat us? It was
I would say the drops.
Covered. Everybody was covered, and
Hurts would leak out and get a first down. Yeah,
because everybody was covered. That's not going to happen this week. Overshown is going to be all over him. Either him or there's going to be a spy on him somehow.
Leofau or Overshown. As long as Sanborn's out, he definitely can't play.
If somebody's going to be on it, it's going to be Leofau. I mean, he didn't get that many snaps. He got like 15 in the last game, which I think is good. I think that's all he really needs right now. So if he's in there, he can run that. Overshown can run it. We could have Wanye or a safety cover him. So it's
there you go. But I think that we are in a very, very, very good position to win this game. They're going through a lot of drama. Their offense is not their offense is shrinking at a time when our defense is getting better. So in my eyes, that's a great thing for us to have right now, to where our defense is getting better when their offense is getting worse. If the defense we had in the first game was coming into this game, I would be more nervous. But the defense we have coming into the game Sunday is a lot different than the defense we had the first week of the season.
Absolutely. Night and day, actually, to be honest with you. I mean, we had a few guys that were, we had, oh my God, we lost Micah. What are we going to do? Who's going to be the savior? We didn't have an identity. Everything. I mean, this is night and day. So I'm really excited to see this. I think this is going to be a fun game to watch.
In that game that we had, Hurts was 19 of 23 for 152 yards. That's all we had in that first game. What really killed us was, like you said, it was probably 4 to 5 third downs where it was 3rd and 4, 3rd and 6. And everybody was covered. They couldn't, nobody. Johan Dotson had one long pass for 50 yards, and that was it. They had a bunch of 6-7 yard passes, and he just kept getting 7 yards on 3rd and 6, 5 yards on 3rd and 4, 4 yards on 3rd and 3.
Dallas Goedert would cross over and catch a ball, and it would be a first down. I mean,
it was
things like that. I think are going to get
so
stopped.
Frustrating. Yeah, and our defense to me is better than their offense right now. I think so, based off yesterday.
I think that our offense can score twice as many points as their offense can score.
Yes, I think so too.
Even if they hold us to half of what we can score, we can still score 20 on them.
Yep, I think.
And if they can only 20 and score, 24, 14 to 20 points on a normal defense, then I mean, it's going to be a tight game, but we're going to be in the game. And if Dak can go off,
the one thing that's going to save us, I think, the one thing that's going to put us over the edge is if we can get turnovers. In the first game, if you remember, that was a game Miles Sanders had that long run, and then in the very next play he fumbled, and then Dak saved a touchdown
in the red zone
on that fumble. Yeah, but that fumble turned the game, and then that was when we had the long they had the weather warning, and I didn't even finish it because they didn't come back on the air until 11.
We lost it.
No, I'm saying. No, it was another fumble.
He made the tackle.
He did the tackle that saved the touchdown. Yeah, because it was nobody behind him. If he missed that tackle, the guy was going to run for a touchdown.
Oh yeah.
But so we need to win the turnover battle because they didn't have any turnovers that game. If we can win the turnover battle, I guarantee you we win this game. That's my bold prediction. And I mean, it's not, some Nostradamus great thing, but we just have a terrible time getting turnovers out of the Eagles for some reason, but we need them to make some mistakes.
My prediction on this is if we can limit the mistakes on third down, the penalties, then we will win this game. That's all it is. It's not only just like the fumbles and the interceptions and those kind of mistakes. It's the illegal hands to the face on a first down pass, like all those little things that we do constantly.
Or watch Javonte get a 15-yard run, holding Terrence Steele, bring it back. Like, oh man, those kill us.
Yep. Well, hopefully we'll.
So
we're going to be happy.
What's your final score?
I'll predict on this. I think that we're going to come out scoring. I think I'll be 32-24 us.
I think it's going to be lower than that. I say we're going to be like 24-22. We'll kick a field goal. Aubrey's going to kick a field goal to win the game. It's 22-21. Dak has the ball with like 3 minutes. We go down. Aubrey kicks a field goal. Or they go down and score and leaves with like a minute and 22 seconds. And then we come down and get to like the 45-ish, and he kicks a 57-yard field goal to win the game, 24-22.
That'll be nice.
That's how I see it. We'll see who'll be right. So next week we'll come back. It'll be Thanksgiving week. We'll let y'all know what went right, what went wrong, how right we were, how wrong we were. Our new playoff hopes based off this victory. Because I have a feeling if we lose this game, that's probably almost it. Unless we literally run. I think we only can lose one more game, and that'll be it. But we'll tell you what went wrong.
I think that if the team sets a mindset of let's just play who we have in front of us right now, then I mean that's the only way you can do it, because you can't look forward into these playoffs and what do we need to do, because it all comes down to who's in front of you right now.
That's right. Really we need a lot of help. Like right now, we still have our fate in our own hands, but we have to win every game to do that. We haven't gotten to the point where we need help, but it would help.
We'll get there.
Yeah, if the Eagles go on a swoon or one of these, like I said, like the NFC West, they start beating up on each other and giving each other losses, and like Jordan Love, he starts to crap and be terrible again, stuff like that.
Injuries are going to happen. That's all that matters. Yeah. I mean,
as long as they don't happen to us, we're good. We already had our injuries. We got them out the way. It's somebody else's turn now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anyway, well, we'll catch y'all next time. Eddie, say goodbye to the people.
We love you, ladies and gentlemen. We always try to sign off, say that you got to make sure that you're telling your loved ones that you love them and you miss them, or, give them hugs. Let's take it a step further. And I'm going to challenge you guys. Reach out to somebody that you haven't talked to in a while, even if you think that they're the happiest that you've ever seen them on Facebook or Instagram. Just reach out to them and just let them know you're here and that you understand if they just need to talk. Say, hey, man, no judgment. I'm just here to. My phone number is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So just be there for people, and if you need it, speak up. We're in the comments, man. I stay up late, and I don't mind talking to you if you need me. Same thing with Prescott.
I always say be the person that you needed when you were younger.
Hell yeah.
Be that person. That's what I go to bed early, so
I don't. I stay up real late.
He stays up late. I go to bed
Prescott
early
all night long.
So I'll text you early in the morning when I get up, but Eddie will text you at night.
But what I read was almost the same thing as what you just said. It was the person that you are the person that made you feel safe when you were younger. Like that's the person that you are right now is the person you needed when you were younger. So just be there for that person. Right?
I see everybody arguing on Twitter, calling people idiots and all stuff all the time. Woo. Hey, Maybe need some more kindness in this world. You can never have too much kindness.
I'm guilty of it too. I do the same thing. So challenge yourself this week. Don't do that.
All right. So
see
y'all
somebody
have
else's
a good
view.
night.
Yes, sir.
Tell your friends about the podcast. Subscribe so you can see when our next one comes out.
Give us some compliment or give us some comments. Let us know what you guys are thinking.
Questions you wanna and we'll go over it. So y'all stay cool, stay frosty. We'll see y'all next time.
DC for life. Yep.